Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 20th of May. My name's Phillip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And Gary, another big Melbourne weekend in real estate.
It was, Phil. What was
big
the
weekend.
rate
Well, the clearance rate was 74%.
Yeah.
And as we say each week, that will get scaled back probably to 71%, 71%.
Yes.
So still a good weekend and lots of activity as we head now into winter, Gary. Although with a week like we've just had with these plus 20-degree temperatures, you'd hardly know it was winter.
It was a big result on the weekend, Phil, but much like at school in VCE, we failed. We did not have such a great weekend. And I think you're the one that are on about transparency. It was not a great. We had some good results.
Okay, Gary, and that's enough about our weekend's activity. I'm just going to talk about the industry average,
no towers.
Which was in excess of 70%. So well done to the industry.
Not boasting.
And yes, we didn't have a boomer of a weekend, but we did get a pass, and that's the most important thing, Gary.
We did get a pass, but it's not a tower weekend. It's not a boast. But we did have some really good sales, and a lot of that stuff that we didn't sell. I'm very confident it's going to sell very quickly because it's well-priced, good stock.
Sometimes you can just get a weekend where it all doesn't come together.
Doesn't go together.
That's enough about our weekend last weekend. Let's talk about some of the results that really did do well. And it was right. We had a lot of auctions across a lot of different suburbs.
A lot of suburbs.
I started my
all over the place.
I started my day on Saturday
in Bentley East.
Bentley East.
How hot is Bentley East, mate?
Well,
it's unbelievable.
I got to tell you, Gary. I arrived at this property and
Abbin Avenue, 6 Abbin Avenue. It's on the screen now. Check this out.
A good house. We had a reserve on the day of $950,000, which I thought was a fair and reasonable reserve. And the vendor said, look, you get to that number, you don't have to refer the bid, you just go on with the bidding. And
roll it out.
We do a lot of that where we say to a vendor prior to starting, is there a figure that we can just roll the auction on with no referral? That doesn't mean we won't refer it, but sometimes we just go straight on. Well, we got to 950 and the auction just took off.
Lo and behold.
We announced it on the market and we sold it for what, Gary?
$1,270,000. Is that a misprint, Philip?
No, it's not. So that's what? How much over the reserve, Gary? Do the numbers quickly.
$280,000 over the reserve, Philip, thereabouts, or more.
Phenomenal.
No, what more? Gee, nearly 300 over reserve. That is madness, Phil, but that is Bentley East at the moment. If you want to buy in there, get prepared for a fight because it's popular, Philip. People are appreciating it.
They love the public transport. They love the shops. They love the schools.
They love the pool,
and they like the land size too. This was a really good block of land. But anyway, that's enough about that property. Let's move on. We're going to
whip on through them, Philip. 75 Seymour Road, ELSTERNWICK, which you called 95 Seymour Road a few weeks ago and embarrassed yourself, is actually 75. It did sell really well, Phil.
It did.
Sold for $1,210,000, way in excess of the expected price there.
Good crowd there too, Gary.
Competitive bidding, Philip. 38 Filbert Street, CAULFIELD, South Phil. The reserve there was $850,000, but lo and behold, Phil, it sold for $906,000. Well done to Remuera and the team from St Kilda.
And that was a great result because that was a small parcel of land with an old period home on it that was in need of renovation, as pretty as it was.
Yes.
And we had 4 people bidding for that. Went really well.
Philip, Sunday morning we started off in Quattlewater Avenue number 2A. That was a competitive auction, Phil. We had 3 bidders there. The range was 7 to 800. Sold it for just a little bit over 800, 801. We did have an overseas investor who was on the phone, Phil. In fact, in the UK it was about 1:30 in the morning. They'd just been to the FA Cup. Call blimey, Phil. How about that?
That's great, Gary. And the days where we've got vendors now all over the world, it's just so easy to transact with them. FaceTime, Skype, telephone. It's all very easy.
The world's become a very small place.
It's an interconnected telecommunication world, Gary.
It is, Phil. You did a damn fine job on Sunday afternoon, Philip, at 73 Allison Road, ELSTERNWICK. An interesting auction. The price is undisclosed, but not for GPTV viewers. You get the inside running, Phil. That property, the reserve, when we got there, the vendor said 1.9.
Yep.
Thought that was probably a bit higher than expected. And in fact, afterwards, they did say, we would have dropped it probably to around 1.8, which was just at the top end of our range. But, Phil, it ended up selling for $2,022,500, a hot and competitive auction.
That was a great auction, Gary. We had 2 parties bidding for that.
And we knew both those buyers, didn't we?
And it happened. They came into the bidding pretty early. And there was a duel from 1.9 and on, and I think that was a really solid price.
Phil, in Carnegie, you don't see too many 2-bedroom villas that sell in excess of $700,000, and this may well be the first one. So we're thinking that's a record price. Here was a property in Neville Street 2, 110 Neville Street, Carnegie, handled by Arlene Joffe, together with the Samuel Bros. Leo and Viv Samuel, and what a great result, Philip. This sold for $701,000. Congratulations. Big weekend, lots of other results, but Phil, we're trying to keep the segment short, so we'll just go straight into the auctions for this weekend.
We've got a big weekend this weekend coming up, Gary. How many auctions have we got this weekend?
I think we've got about 17 or 18, Phil. We've got the block of flats on Thursday in Kambea Street. We spoke about that.
Yep. If you're an investor looking for a great block, come along to Kambea Street.
That's Thursday, 2 p.m.
Thursday at 2 p.m.
Let's review this weekend's auctions, Phil. 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, Philip. We're starting off in Balaclava in Blenheim Street, Unit 1 at 24 Blenheim Street. Tell us about this one quickly, Philip.
Gary, a lovely 2-bedroom apartment with a courtyard garden, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and a great location.
Quote price 4 to 440 sounds like great value, Philip. We're off an hour later, Philip. We're in Woornack Road, Carnegie. You're going to be doing the auction there of this terrific unit. Tell us about this quickly.
And this we think is going to go really well, Gary. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, parquetry floors. Come along if you want to see a fiery auction in Woornack Road in Carnegie, 3 at 14.
Chapel Street, St Kilda, Philip. That doesn't get much better in terms of location than that. We've got this wonderful apartment. Benjamin Rothschild's handling it, and Jeremy Rosens is going to be the auctioneer.
And Gary, this is situated between Carlisle Street and Brighton Road. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and that's a bit of an iconic building, that one. Walk around for coffee in Carlisle Street at your doorstep.
Remuera may be in New Zealand, Philip, but there is a Remuera Street in Caulfield South, and we've got some land on offer there, Phil. Check this one out.
Gary, this is a really big block of land, 983 square metres when the average block is about 650, so almost 50% bigger than the average block, with a massive 19.2 metre frontage. So those people that are looking to build their dream home, that's got to be the perfect block.
You worked that out without a calculator. That's brilliant, Phil. 14 Younger Avenue. I'll be auctioning that while you're around the corner in Remuera. That is on Saturday at 12:30, and this is a beautiful period
We shot
home.
GPTV there
last week,
or
Phil.
the week before.
Have a look at this magnificent period home. Doesn't it look like an absolute picture postcard facade, Philip? Looking forward to auctioning that one at 1:30 p.m. Jeremy Rosen's auction, 6 at 380 Kooyong Road, Caulfield North, just near our office, and I love this older style apartment.
This is a great block, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, small building, but plenty of garden area, and brilliantly located, walking distance to the Alma Village, where our office is, and the trams in Dandenong Road.
4 at 8 Beena Avenue, Philip. I don't know where you've been at, but I know this is a terrific apartment in Carnegie. It's coming up on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Leo Samuel has the opportunity of auctioning that one, and Alex Campbell is handling it.
2 bed, 1 bath, 1 car space. That's a really good property.
Simultaneously, Philip, in Kean Street, we have an auction of a one of a pair semi-detached home, number 27 Kean Street. Jeremy Rosen's auctioning it. Tell us a little bit about this one. It's a beauty.
It is, Gary. Look, these semis are great value. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 2 car parks. Let me just say to the viewers, Gary, in my opinion, as a result of the planning changes that the City of Glenira brought in under the new gazetted planning scheme, I think the value of single-fronted houses on these 350 square metres of land is going to be pushed up in value purely as a planning change. And if any viewer wants to talk to me about that in greater detail, happy for them to give me a call. But planning changes, I think, are putting up prices on properties like that.
Freeze frame this section of GPTV and look back to it in 3 or 4 years and say, weren't I clever to have bought that property that Phillip Kingston tipped me into? 10 Lucas Street in Caulfield Southfield. What a great property. This is a beautiful facade, great location.
Got great street presence, this, Gary. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars. That is just, you're right in the centre of Caulfield South there. Walking distance to the tram, the park, everything's at your doorstep there.
That closes out our Saturday, Philip. We are starting Sunday right here in this wonderful apartment. Now, we often shoot GPTV from beautiful homes and opulent properties and big extravagant places. This is not one of the most expensive homes that we've auctioned, Philip, but this is a beautiful property, isn't it?
And it's nice to be in an apartment, Gary.
And
for the viewers of GPTV, we want to bring you a whole range of housing choice. So this is in Hotham Street. We're in an older style, very small development. Only 3 in this little building.
Very unusual property,
and it's kind of a loft style apartment. 2 bedrooms, a bathroom that's large, this fantastic kitchen meals family room, and you can walk to the best of Melbourne's attractions. Carlisle Street down the road, you can walk up to Dandenong Road, so trams, trains, cafes, you're really in the heart of the action here, and it's gorgeous.
I'm auctioning this one, Philip, at 10:30 a.m. Nikki Genova is handling it, and I know that when Nikki walked in here, she said wow. When I walked in here, I said wow, and I think plenty of buyers have had the same reaction. There's a great balcony.
Wow appeal.
Great balcony terrace with some treetop aspects, and it's got beautiful natural light. wonderful bathroom. It is a beautiful apartment. We're looking forward to bringing this one to you Sunday at 10:30 a.m, Phil. But there's more to talk about because we're going after that to Alexandra Street around the corner, Phil, at 11:30 a.m. This hasn't been offered to the market for a long time, number 6 Alexandra Street. Tell us a little bit about it. I'm auctioning that.
This is a 2-storey townhouse, Gary. Alexandra Street is a very popular location because it's brilliantly located. It's a wide street with a diversity of housing options. But this is a ripper. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, garage for 2 cars. That is a great house or townhouse right in the heart of St Kilda East.
Now, if you want some cosmopolitan living and some bayside action, Phillip, Canterbury Road in St Kilda, it doesn't get a lot better than that. This is a terrific apartment. It's going to be auctioned off on Sunday, and we're looking forward to bringing this one to the market at 11:30 a.m. Jeremy Rosen's auctioneer, Adam Josky handling.
And that's a great entry into the market. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. And I think that's a bit larger than the average 1-bedroom apartment, so I think that's a ripper.
Phil, Northcote Avenue is one of Caulfield North's best streets. It's very unusual to get a good big block of land. We have one other going on Saturday. We've got one on Sunday. Who knows when the next block will come up, Phil? Tell us a bit about number 48 Northcote Avenue.
Well, this is a terrific option, Gary, because whether you build a single house there or subject to town planning approval, 2 townhouses or 2 houses, 916 square metres. And once again, I say, when the average allotment in Caulfield is 650 square metres, 916 is just massive.
Great street, Phil, 166 Balaclava Road, down near Caulfield Park. What a wonderful home this is. Beautiful period features. Been in the same family for many years. Tell us a little bit about this semi-detached but spacious home, Phil.
Gary, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, off-street car parking for 2 cars. That's walking distance, obviously, to Caulfield Park, or Fitzy on the corner of Hawthorn Road, the Spot, 2 great cafes. So that is right in the heart of the action.
12:30, Phillip, on Sunday, you're going to have the pleasure of auctioning 14 Kooyong Road in Caulfield North. This interesting Art Deco solid home is going to be under the hammer, and the first time offered in a long time too, Phil.
Gary, this has got enormous street appeal. That circular kind of turret or at the entrance is just magnificent. That's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for a couple of cars. The renovation there is just completely stunning, and a great spot because you can walk across the road and you're in Armadale. You can walk to the train station, Morven train station, trams and Dandenong Road. That's a great position.
One of the best homes that I have personally had the pleasure of auctioning will be the auction in Kambea Grove on this Sunday afternoon, Phillip. This is the most magnificent home, number 4, Kambea Grove, going up at 1:30 p.m. Cop this beautiful house, Phil. How good is this?
Gary, this is the most magnificent home. It's got a very large frontage to Kambea Grove, beautifully renovated inside, swimming pool, 6 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking for, once again, a couple of cars. That is the most stunning home.
You are joining me in shutting out Sunday afternoon a bit earlier than usual, Phil, and that's going to be in Teak Street, Caulfield South. It's coming up on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Tell us about this beauty.
Gary, I think this is a bit of an iconic house in that street. Everybody seems to know this house. A lot of accommodation there, as many bedrooms as 4 or possibly 5 bedrooms, couple of bathrooms, big entertaining areas, garage for 2 cars, polished timber floorboards throughout. That is a house with a ton of accommodation.
And Phil, Sunday afternoon after that, we get some time off. We've got Adelaide Carlton, big game, but I won't be there, Phil, because I'm going to an engagement of Yossi Bendinan from our office. So we have to say congratulations. Bit of a community notice, Phil.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to Yossi getting engaged, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the engagement on Sunday afternoon. Phil, that's a wrap on GPTV for this week. Plenty of action, plenty of offerings.
Big week, and as we come into winter, Gary, stock levels, what are you thinking stock levels for
Dropping
winter?
a bit. I reckon it's going to drop a bit down. So if you're a buyer and you are looking and you see something that is a 7, 8 or 9 out of 10, grab it, because not too many 10 out of 10s are there, Phil.
Well, that's an interesting, and we'll finish on this.
We have discussed
it's interesting. Yeah. We think anything in excess of a 6 or a 7 out of 10,
it's a buy.
Buyers should have a serious look at buying it, because 10 out of 10s really only exist for the mega wealthy or the extremely lucky. But anything that's a 6 or a 7 out of 10 or more you should seriously consider.
We used to say that when we were single, didn't we, to women? We said, we're 6 or 7 out of 10, you know.
You've got to consider us.
Consider us. Didn't work then, but does work in the real estate world, Phil, because certainly you can never go wrong buying in and around the areas that we're blessed to work in, and we'll keep bringing you the news and do it again next week. I'm Gary Pearce.
I'm Phillip Kingston. Have a great week. Thanks for watching.